hierarchies within the WNBA, a culture that allowed the situation to fester until it sidelined its biggest star. That one comment from Cunningham ripped the lid off a pressure cooker that's been building for 2 years. Because it's not just about the physical toll. It's about the glaring, obvious, and frustrating double standard that everyone sees but the league refuses to fix. Look at how other top picks are treated. Look at Paige Bueckers. Now, let's be clear. Paige is an incredible talent, a generational player in her own right, but the whistles she gets are on another level. Players themselves talk about it in not-so-subtle ways. You literally can't touch her without a foul being called. She operates with a protective shield from the referees that every franchise player deserves and needs to thrive. But then you have Caitlin Clark, who navigates a completely different reality. She gets hacked, held, and knocked the floor on plays that would be instant fouls for others, and often has to fight and plead just to get a common foul call. And if she dares complain or show a flicker of frustration, she gets hit with a technical.
I love Paige to death. Do not get me wrong. I think, I think she's a hell of a player and, would love to play with her one day. But those refs were giving her every freaking whistle last night. You literally couldn't touch her. And that shit is so annoying to me.
The same league office that's quick to fine Sophie Cunningham for pointing out this blatant favoritism does nothing to stop other players from openly making accusations about referee bias. The hypocrisy is absolutely staggering. They've created a two-tiered system where Caitlin Clark is held to a different, harsher standard than everyone else, and for fans and commentators alike. It's absolutely exhausting to watch. So if you're Caitlin Clark, why would you put up with this? Why would you risk your long-term health and peace of mind for a league that seems reluctant to have your back? This is where the conversation gets real. She doesn't need the WNBA, not even a little bit. Her options are massive, and the first one on the list is Europe. This isn't some crazy theory. It's a well-traveled path for countless professional women's basketball players seeking what they can't get at home. They go overseas in the off-season and often full-time because the money is significantly better, often doubling or tripling a WNBA salary. The contracts are larger, the respect from organizations is often greater. And believe it or not, many players report that the refereeing is actually more consistent and the style of play, while still physical, is less recklessly dangerous and more focused on skill. Caitlin Clark could sign a contract tomorrow with a top team in Turkey or Spain and instantly become the highest paid women's basketball player on the planet. She'd be treated like absolute royalty, play a shorter and less grueling season, and focus purely on basketball without the constant sideshow and the draining cross-country travel schedule of the WNBA. Her legions of fans would absolutely follow her. They buy the international streams, watch her games at all hours, and support her just as much, if not more. The WNBA would be left in the dust, completely exposed for driving away their number one attraction through sheer negligence. But basketball isn't even her only option. This is the part that should truly terrify the WNBA headquarters. Caitlin Clark is more than a basketball player. She's a global brand. She's got deals with Nike, State Farm, Gatorade. She's a crossover superstar, and she's already hinted at another passion, golf. What if she decided to shift sports entirely? It sounds wild, but think about it. She's incredibly competitive, immensely popular, and has the focus to excel at an individual sport. She wouldn't need to be the best golfer in the world to be the most famous one. The sponsorship money would still be there. The media opportunities would be endless. The landscape of professional athletics has completely changed. Today, influence and marketability can often outweigh pure competitive dominance, especially in a sport like golf that thrives on personality and star power. Imagine Caitlin Clark stepping onto the green. The buzz would be instantaneous. Every major tournament would be begging for her to receive a sponsor's exemption. Networks would clamor to have her in the booth for commentary, offering insights that blend elite athletic experience with a fresh perspective. She could headline celebrity pro-am tournaments, becoming the main attraction and drawing a completely new, younger audience to the sport. Her social media channels, already massive, will become the epicenter of a new movement, documenting her journey from the hardwood to the fairway. This wouldn't be a retirement, it would be a reinvention. She could build a massive lifestyle brand centered on wellness, competition, and access. The constant, grinding physical punishment would vanish, replaced by the strategic and mental challenge of golf. There would be no more concerns about dangerous fouls or questionable officiating, no more recovery from bruises earned under the basket. Instead, she would compete on her own terms, focusing on mastering a new craft while maintaining, and likely growing, her immense commercial value. She would have control over her schedule, her body, and her narrative. The league is playing with fire, because if they push her too far, she has a very comfortable, very lucrative, and significantly